Hi, and welcome to this training and Q&A. Let me just check if Facebook is streaming this live, if everything works as it should. Yes, I see that I'm live here. Okay, great. So I think everything is set for our training and live Q&A. Welcome again to this video. My name is Kinga de Wit. I'm founder of Wellness in Mind, and each Thursday evening we have our weekly training with a specific topic, the topic of the week. And today we're going to talk about the most important relationship you will ever have, and that is the one with yourself. So we're going to talk about why that's such a big deal, why that's so important. You see, I have been a psychologist and a coach for over 10 years now. And what I do with my clients is we extensively try to discover what's at the root cause of the problems that people have. So most people that come to me have trouble with their jobs, their career. They are depressed, anxious. They feel estranged from themselves. They don't feel quite like themselves. And they have all kinds of issues and ailments, and sometimes even physical issues like chronic pain or some debilitating disease or whatever, and they need to cope with that, right? So all those kinds of problems I see in my practice. So one of the first things I do after we, get acquainted and we talk about the lives and the experiences people have had, is we dive. There we are again. I'm so sorry, guys. I got cut off. I don't know what happened. I think I lost some connection, but my camera just, went black and I was disconnected. So sorry. So we're talking about self-love and how important it is, because it really determines basically your whole life. All your relationships, almost everything that you feel, how you react to things, all that is driven by self-love or lack thereof, or a problem that you have with self-love. So one of the tips I gave you was to start thinking about making the decisions from a place of self-love. So you ask yourself the question, what would a person who truly loves themselves do in my situation? And then do it. Because the more you even only think about that, you become more and more conscious about the areas in life that you're really compromising yourself and are not staying true to yourself. Because I know that when you really take care of your own needs in all aspects, so your emotions, your physical health, your mind, and your soul, you'll be the healthiest and happiest person that you can be. And that doesn't mean that you'll actually be physically healthy or free of, some medical issues, but you'll be well. It's all about well-being. It's all about wellness. Okay? If you have some questions for me, please ask them. As long as I'm here, I will answer them for you. So this is what we're talking about today, guys. And what else can I tell you? How can we cultivate self-love in a society that is so demanding, that requires us basically to give up our freedom and our power, because that is what we're actually doing. And then it seems like life is nothing but paying bills, going to work that we don't like, doing all those things that are expected from us, and then we try to squeeze in maybe some hobbies or some time for ourselves. But for most people, the balance between, for instance, work and play, work and private life or relationships is really off. And when you come to talk to me, one of the first things I ask you is, do you have some time for yourself, to be really with yourself and focus on inward? Most people don't do that anymore. They are in a constant rush. They are stressed out with all those tasks they have to do. And then I'm sitting there and saying, okay, let's slow down. What is really going on? What are you missing? What is missing from your life that you actually would really love to have or to be or to do? So we go back to basics. Who are you in essence? So again, we're peeling off the layers, all that you've learned, all that was taught to you, and all that is not you, basically. Because your essence is beautiful, it's loving, it's pure, it wants to play, it wants to give, it wants to have a meaningful life. And your essence is your soul. And that is what I'm really talking about. To strip off the layers of the physical world and everything that's been taught and what we acquired throughout our lives, get back to basics and make conscious decisions from there. Do you know how many times I've heard the story, young women tell me they always thought of themselves as being married at a young age, having kids, have a part-time job, and that was basically it, growing old together. And then they're in their 30s, and they have this sort of 30s midlife crisis, right? Is this it? And when I ask them, have you ever thought about what it really is that you want from life? They say no. It's just, it's what's expected of me. I was expected to get married, and everybody in my family had children at a very young age. Or it's just the thing to do. It's normal. Everybody does it. That's not a reason to do anything. So what I propose we start doing, is consciously make decisions from a place of heart, from a place of love and integrity. And be honest with ourselves. Is the life that you're leading right now the life you truly want? Are you frustrated all the time? Are you depressed? Are you anxious? Do you have physical problems? Think about all areas in life and where there can be a misfit between what you are doing and what you really would like to do. Because we're here to be happy. That's my conviction. I'm really convinced that we're here to have fun, to play around and learn while doing that. So that's a great way to look at life. And that doesn't mean that you'll be happy all the time. It doesn't mean that you're perfect or that you won't have any bad things happen to you. But to deal with that from a place of authenticity, from being really you, is really different than, just coping with those stressful events in order to survive. When I'm sad, for instance, I don't immediately try to mask that or to suppress that within myself, or I don't start doing my affirmations right away. I sit with that feeling, and it can last half a day or a day, and then I think it's enough for just if it's not something major that has happened. But I allow myself to feel what comes up. And that is so important because that is also you. So when we're talking about self-love, we're talking about being your essence. We're talking about the authentic you with all the shit and the drama and the expression of emotions that are in you. And that's okay. They are also part of you. You don't have to do as if they're not there. And I really love my life. And I'm happy most of the time, but not always. And sometimes my clients think that, that my practice is a unicorn farm and that I'm flying around on my witch broom and having fun all the time. That's not life. My husband and I go through stuff and we have some setbacks. We have our challenges. But through it all, the real joy comes from within. I don't need, something outside of myself to be happy. I create my happiness through being thankful, for instance, and for having a vision and a goal for the future. So it's a balance between what is and accepting that things are as they are, and gradually, working towards something better. But I am happy now. I don't need all those things to happen to be all that I can be and to be of service and to be giving and loving. So basically what I do in my practice is I'm being me. And the greatest thing of working together is that no matter how depressed someone is, no matter how stressed out or anxious my client in front of me is, I already see your essence. That's like a gift of mine. I thought that everybody could do it, but it's something that I do. And I do not do it consciously. It's something that happens. I see past all the drama, all the ailments, all the mental issues, and I can see you for who you really are. And within a couple of weeks or a couple of months, my client is also able to see their essence. And that is so rewarding to me. That is what I am so grateful for to experience with my clients, that I can be a part of their journey in that way. That's amazing. It's an amazing feeling to see people blossom in front of my eyes. So that essentially is what self-love does. If you learn to see yourself through my eyes, you'll see how beautiful you really are, and how precious, and how worthy, how valuable. And then life becomes much easier, much relaxed, more balanced. And every time that something happens or you find yourself in front of the task of making a decision, for instance, you can do it from a place of acceptance, love, balance, and relaxation. And that's awesome. So I'm all about, teaching people how to take their power back, how to feel independent and free in our society. It doesn't mean that everybody has to become an entrepreneur, but I am promoting the entrepreneurial mindset. You are not a slave. Nobody can tell you what and how you should run your life. You are exchanging your time, for instance, for a boss. But if you are able to see your relationship from equality instead of, this hierarchical structure that is just, phony, really. Just in your mind, you don't have to be rude to people, but in essence, you are the same. You're at the same level. And it doesn't mean, it doesn't matter if you're a CEO or somebody working at a construction line or that you're a doctor. In your mind, you can create freedom. So guys, if you liked this video, please share it, obviously. And if you'd like to know more about working with me on all kinds of issues, and especially on self-love and how to break through to the vibrant, happy you and be the authentic you and have joy come from within, and therefore, having more control over your life and creating your own life, please contact me, and I would love to talk to you. And if you feel like it, please come work with me. I love that. And I'll see you next week. So have a great evening or day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.